2023. Another year has went by. 2023. Wow. So, 2022, for me anyway, I think there's only ever two moments or like certain amounts of time in 2022 that actually like hold some sort of value but just didn't really hold up. You'll see what I mean later on into the video if you get that far, but look. First is when I read a book called The Success Principles, and it's essentially a book that teaches you principles about being successful or things that would help you be successful or whatnot. I'll put the cover of the book on the screen because I kind of forgot the name of the author that made it. But look, point is that there was a part in the book, I don't quite remember the chapter itself, but it's called Event plus Response equals Outcome. Meaning that your response to the event is what will make the outcome, right? And realistically, you can apply that to almost anything and it'll make sense, right? Because let's say, for example, I wanted to, get something to drink, right? What would the event be there? It's like, I'm thirsty, and so my response to that is to go get some water or tea or whatever I want to drink, and the outcome is I drink it. Pretty simple little like problem or equation or whatever, right? When I first read that part of the book, I was wondering like, well, I wasn't wondering anything. I was just thinking like, that is such a good way to simplify something that could be so complicated for no reason, right? Because like sometimes when you think about stuff like that, it can be so hard to do. But when you do it with event plus response equals outcome, it's just simple, you know? And there's that, right? But for a while after that, first thing I went to do is like tell my dad about it, right? Because I told my dad about it because I was so like interested in the term. And then like after like a week or two, every like ambition that I had, or not ambition, but every like thought of goodwill that I had about this was gone, not because of the concept itself not working out, but because it's just me. It was like a thrill that just passed. It's like trying VR for the first time, right? And then playing it actively and actively and actively, and then it doesn't feel so groundbreaking anymore, you know? It doesn't feel so crazy. The second time in this, or last year, whatever. The second time in last year, or I was about to say this year, was actually technically recently, but not recent enough for it to be in 2023, right? So what was I? That's right. I was thinking of something, right? So this is going to be something so blatantly obvious to some, but just hear me out. I was sleepy, right? I was laying in bed, didn't want to get up because I was just way too like lazy, didn't feel like doing it, right? But you know, from some sort of luck or magic of some sort of God's will, I got up from the bed, and all of a sudden I wasn't necessarily as tired as I was before, right? It's kind of like a Zenkai boost, if you know what that is. It's like when a Saiyan is about to die, but then he like lives, he gets stronger, right? It's not necessarily like the wording, but it's like when you get up, you like push through that sleepiness, you're not necessarily tired anymore, even though it's not really the case itself either. but you get the point, hopefully. Those are the two, like, probably most memorable moments of this year. And you might be asking why. Those are boring and dull and something that you shouldn't really need. Well, maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do kind of need like some sort of, I don't know. For a very long time now, I don't really remember the last time I've had like ambition and the will to do something that I actually wanted to do. Like for example, right now, this is you know, a YouTube video for New Year's. I wanted to make a Christmas video. I wanted to make more horror videos because that's like the stuff I was going to do. Maybe a little bit of comedy in there, like not literal comedy. Come on, we both know I'm not funny. I'm talking like stuff like funny games or games with funny interactions with them, with random people in Rec Room, right? But I mean more of like I had things I wanted to do and yet I don't do them. I know this is a very common problem, and I also know that some people will always see that as like something so easy to do, like just go and do it, right? And I agree with you, which is why I'm just not, which is why I sound, sorry, listen, that's why I feel so like terrible about like the previous years of my life, because I've been in this stage for I don't know how long, right? It's been so long that I kind of gotten used to it. It's like it's almost like I'm spectating in my own life. It's like I'm the backseat driver of my own life, and my body is the one in control of the decisions I make or the actions I take. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me, and yet it still happens. Sometimes just realizing or considering a problem isn't enough to actually solve said problem. So what? What do I do? This isn't a question to you, nor is it a question to me. Because if I had the answer, I would have told you already. But I don't know. Let me give you a bit of a depiction of a day in my shoes, right? I'd wake up, take a shower, and then just hover. Unless I have somewhere to go or something to do, I'd just sit and wait. For what, I don't know. And that's the problem. I have things I want to do and things I want to achieve, and yet I sit there. So now you may be thinking, now what? Well, there are 3 things I want to say. I've already said everything I really needed to say, which is basically the whole point of this video. But for this end part, it wouldn't be a New Year's video without, well, New Year's things. So for one, I'm gonna try, keyword try, don't call me out on this, to post once per 2 weeks. Just once. If I wanted to post more, I'll make more, but I want to at least try making one video. Once. Well, not once, but every 2 weeks. Second off is my editing. I think I kind of like my editing where it is, but I do wish to like add more advanced stuff in the near future. Not near, really. It might be a while, I don't know. But for right now, I'm satisfied with it. Everyone else, when it comes to like the Rec Room like community, or when it comes to making videos, I feel like that their content seems kind of spammy to me. No offense to anyone, of course, but that's why I don't really try to edit like them. I just do my own thing and see where it takes me. And one last thing, of course, since it's a New Year's video, I think it's only necessary for me to pick my favorite video of like, well, I guess 2022. And I think it'll be the Blair Witch video. Most likely the Blair Witch video. I think that's the one that's like had the most put into it, though I have put a good amount into my other videos as well. But anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you later. Who knows? Beautiful, isn't it? Thanks for watching. See you later.